Oh hey, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So today I wanted to do a casual sit-down video talking a little bit about sustainability. If you've been watching me for a while, you've probably seen me speak about some form of sustainability at some point. I've been online for about 7 years, so I've talked about pretty much every topic under the sun. But to me, sustainability is definitely something that I really hope more people start talking about, and especially in the beauty industry, because there's a lot of things that gotta change. So in honor of Earth Day coming up, on April the 22nd, I thought that we could talk about some of the products that I've been using around my house that are a little bit more sustainable so that you're not having to create so much garbage and waste all the time. Right, Lola? That's what I thought too. Before I jump into the video, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to today's video sponsor, and that is Kiehls. And I'm really excited that they've decided to partner with me today because they are currently running 2 limited edition products that are all proceeds going to Kiehls Canada, which I think is amazing because they're trying to plant 4,000 trees. I love it when companies give back and in such a great way, so this is really awesome. I'm a huge fan of the creamy eye treatment. I've mentioned it in several videos before, and I've only just started using the Ultra Facial Cream. It is really nice, it's super hydrating, and it's perfect if you're wanting to just get a really lightweight hydrating cream. Way to go, Kiehls. I think that that is such an awesome incentive for you guys to purchase a limited edition product that does a lot of good. So first I want to talk about cutting down your use of plastics, because single-use plastic is absolutely pointless. I'm so sad that it is such a widespread thing used in the world, and I try to do my daily part in not participating in that. I'm sure you guys already hear the whole use your tote bags, bring your tote bags rather than using plastic bags when you shop. That's always a really great option. If you're like me and you get your groceries delivered, because we're lazy, I like to either have them deliver it in paper grocery bags, because you can request to have that on the website, or if you forget or whatever, you can basically trade the plastic bags back to the grocery store and they can reuse them for another customer. Another easy way to cut down on plastics is to stop using things like cling wrap. It is so pointless. You do not need to use it. There's so many things out there that you can use as an alternative to that. What I like using is these ET wraps. I believe that's the brand name. They're basically like a cloth wrap with kind of like a beeswax or resin on top of it that allows it to cling to whatever you are putting it on. So I have different sizes. This is a smaller one. This one is the medium size one, like that. And the large one is, this one's a newer one, I haven't used it. It's a little bit stiffer. It's about that size. And like I said, you can kind of bend it to whatever shape you want it to hold. It works so well. Like when you're wanting to wrap something up, all you have to do is basically wrap it around the item using your hands to apply a little bit of pressure, and it kind of melts the little bit of beeswax, and then it completely holds it to that shape and you're good to go. Seals it, and I can put it in the fridge or take it wherever I'm going. These are something that you can continue using and using and using until they pretty much fall apart. So instead of using cling wrap or glad wrap or whatever you want to call it, things like this are a really easy way of cutting down on your single plastics use, because I don't need to use sandwich bags or things like that when I've got these. You can buy these online, you can buy them on Amazon. You can also buy I think they're like a silicone sandwich bag that's like a reusable sandwich bag that you don't throw out afterwards. I have yet to try those. I feel like these kind of work really great for me, so I'm not needing to use like little baggies. But I really do recommend these. I bought them for my mom for Christmas. I think that they're just fantastic. You just wash them with water, hang them to dry, and then they're ready to go for next time. So really recommend checking these out. Don't forget, I will be linking everything down below for you guys. Another food storage item, glass storage. They are expensive, but you know what? They're so worth it. You will have these literally your entire adult life. It is so worth the investment. I have all different sizes of round ones and several kind of baking pan style ones. These are also great because if you saw my vlog from a couple weeks ago, since they're glass, they can be heated. So you can put them in the oven, or you can put them on the stove top to warm things up. You can put them in the microwave, whatever you do. But I just love that it's not a plastic that's leaching into my food. It is glass. It is wonderful, and I really recommend them. I know, like I said, it is a bit of an investment when you first do it. You can also look for these at thrift stores, and they're basically brand new. So I really do recommend changing over your plastic Tupperware to glass. Another super easy thing to swap over in your kitchen is straws. I'm a huge lover of metal straws. You can also get glass straws. They're so easy. You can clean them with a tiny little I don't even know what this is called. I was gonna call it like a spoolie, but that's not gonna be the right word for this. Like a pipe cleaner. And you basically will run it under water, pull the pipe through, pull it out, and then you have your clean straw. Just make sure that you do check them before you use them, because if you're using them with smoothies, sometimes chunks can get left behind. So you do wanna make sure that you buy one of these cleaners along with your straws. But I love these, they're wonderful. I've been using them for ages, and I really recommend you try them. Another thing that you probably have already swapped, though if you haven't, this is a good reminder. Stop buying single plastic water bottles. Stop it. You do not need to be buying plastic water bottles unless it is like an absolute last resort. Go and buy yourself a reusable water bottle or a reusable coffee mug or whatever have you. It is so simple to do and it saves so much plastic every single year. I love my Swell one. It keeps my water cold. It looks gorgeous. I really love copper, so this is a really pretty one for me, but they have tons of patterns or different textures or whatever. They even have water bottles now that like light up and flash when you're supposed to drink your water, but I have just a regular Swell bottle, but they're awesome. You really should invest in one if you haven't already. I bring mine absolutely everywhere. It's such an easy swap to do, and you really do save a lot of garbage each year by doing that. Whenever I film, I always have to like full blown remind myself to pause and drink my tea because it'll always end up being too cold. So good. Oh, that totally brings me to another thing you can swap over in your kitchen. Hold please. A tea strainer. And I will say I have not swapped all of my tea over to loose leaf tea. I do try and find loose leaf tea as a preference over bagged tea. A lot of tea bags are made of materials that don't biodegrade properly, so I just think if I'm drinking a tea or multiple tea every single day, I may as well try and have something that I can reuse over and over and over again without creating extra garbage. So check these out. I'm sure you can get like a tea ball or one of these, or there's multiple versions of this kind of idea. Next up is a product I've been using since this past summer, so like last June maybe. I did a video on them. I'm so in love with them. It is unbelievable. It's completely changed my period, and that is the Thinx period underwear. These are so worth the buy. Oh my God, stop the video, go and buy them. It's just one of those things that it makes it so much easier to have your period and you don't create the garbage that you otherwise would be creating using tampons or pads. I think these alongside the Diva Cup or something like that is such a sustainable way to have your period. It is so much more comfortable than wearing a pad. It's just regular underwear. If you haven't seen my review or my video on this, I'll link it down below. I purchased quite a few more of these. Lola actually ate a few pairs, which was absolutely disgusting. So don't let your dog get anywhere near your laundry basket because they really like the female smell. But anyways, these are amazing and I really recommend them, and you should already have bought them by this point. Come on. That did not work out nearly as planned. Next up is an item that you absolutely should have in your kitchen, and that is a compost bin. These are so easy to have. You put your food scraps in it and you can either compost it yourself if you have a yard, or if you live in a city like me, we have green bins, and that is where you dump your compost in for the city to compost. I absolutely love mine. I got it for Christmas from my mom. It was the only thing that I asked for Christmas this year. I really like this one because it has a filter in the lid, so when you put food scraps in, it doesn't actually smell until you completely like open it up, which I'm not gonna do because I don't want to stink up my house. But while the lid's on, you can't smell a thing. So these are awesome. They're perfect to have in your house. And I just think composting is the most badass way to have nutrient-rich soil that you can then use in your garden. I wish that I had a yard because I'd be doing my own composting, and I probably would have a worm farm. Does anybody know about worm farming? I really want to get into that. Last but not least, I want to talk about something that you guys can do to help encourage the beauty industry to do a bit of change. As you guys know, I am a stickler for PR packaging. I don't think it's cool to see how much garbage is being created with what companies are sending out to influencers. I think it's super important for all of you guys watching to encourage everyone in the beauty community and brands themselves to use less packaging. It is of the utmost importance. When you see mascara tubes being sent in boxes that can barely be fit in your house, like that is just, it's too far. It's ridiculous. So speak up when you see your favorite influencer doing an unboxing, or when you know that a brand is sending out some crazy PR. Message them, tell them that your product is amazing, but it doesn't need to have that much packaging. I think that if consumers and influencers step up and start saying to brands, it's just unnecessary to have this much extra garbage for one-time use things, change will be made. I know I sound like a broken record with that sometimes, but I really do think that it's an important thing to make sure that we are being really responsible with how we're consuming things, and it starts with us. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video on sustainability. This only scratches the surface. There's so many more things that you can do to lead a more sustainable and green life. But I do think these are really easy things to swap over or to change that kind of dips your foot in the water but makes a massive difference. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you continue to have a wonderful day, and I will see you on my channel very soon. Bye.